The Armstrong family's Sunday ritual extended beyond the confines of the living room into the heart of the home, the kitchen. Agatha, Daniel, and Margaret found joy in preparing dinner together, turning the act of cooking into a cherished family bonding experience. As the evening approached, Agatha donned her apron, a vibrant splash of colour against the backdrop of the kitchen's warm hues. Margaret, guided by memory and familiarity, joined her daughter-in-law, her fingers gliding effortlessly over the familiar kitchen surfaces. "Agatha, dear, let's make that chicken dish your mother used to make. It's been ages," Margaret suggested, a hint of nostalgia in her voice. "Absolutely, Mum. It's one of my favourites too," Agatha replied, reaching for the ingredients. Daniel, who had been setting the table, joined the duo in the kitchen, ready to lend a hand. The trio worked in harmony, a symphony of chopping, sizzling, and laughter filling the air. Agatha took the lead, sharing the family recipe with Daniel and Margaret, relishing the opportunity to create a meal that held memories and tradition. As the aroma of seasoned chicken wafted through the kitchen, the atmosphere became a mix of anticipation and contentment. The sound of simmering vegetables and the occasional clinking of utensils echoed the harmony of a family at ease. "Remember, Daniel, how your father used to sneak a taste when I wasn't looking?" Margaret reminisced, a twinkle in her eye. Daniel chuckled. "Yeah, Mum. I caught him doing that more than once." The trio exchanged anecdotes, weaving stories of the past into the fabric of their present. The kitchen became a canvas of shared history, a place where the flavours of family resonated in every dish. As the final touches were put on the meal, Agatha guided Margaret to the table, where the aroma of the prepared feast awaited them. The dining room table, adorned with mismatched plates and the hum of conversation, beckoned the family to gather. They sat down and Agatha served generous portions of the home-cooked meal. The first bite elicited smiles of approval, a testament to the familiarity and love that went into the dish. "This tastes just like the old days," Margaret remarked, savouring each bite. Agatha beamed, her heart full. "I'm glad you like it, Mum." The dinner table became a haven for shared stories, laughter, and the simple joy of being together. As they passed around dishes and poured each other drinks, the Armstrong family embraced the timeless ritual of breaking bread together. Daniel, ever the storyteller, recounted amusing tales from work, while Margaret shared wisdom garnered from a lifetime of experiences. Agatha listened intently, cherishing the symphony of voices that filled the room. Dinner flowed seamlessly into dessert, and as they indulged in Margaret's favourite apple pie, the kitchen became a space where generations connected. The clinking of forks against plates and the hum of conversation painted a picture of a family finding solace in the ordinary moments that composed their lives. As the evening drew to a close, the kitchen, now tidy and fragrant, stood witness to the memories made and shared. The aroma of a delicious dinner lingered in the air as the family gathered in the cosy living room. With satisfied smiles, they settled onto the plush couch, ready for a relaxing movie night. Margaret, with her comforting presence, sat nestled in her favourite armchair, her ears perked up in anticipation of the evening's entertainment. Agatha, eager to share her secret surprise, couldn't wait for the movie to end so she could unveil the gift she had prepared. But for now, it was family time. As the lights dimmed, Agatha skillfully navigated the remote, choosing a light-hearted comedy that she knew would bring laughter to the room. The screen flickered to life, and the sound of cheerful music filled the air. Margaret settled back, her face radiant with the joy of shared moments. "Oh, I remember this one," Margaret said with a chuckle. "It's a classic." The movie unfolded, and as the characters embarked on their comedic escapades, Agatha, Daniel, and Margaret were drawn into the laughter emanating from the screen. Margaret, though blind, was an avid movie enthusiast. Her vivid imagination painted the scenes in her mind. "Can you believe what he just did?" Agatha exclaimed, her eyes glued to the screen. Margaret chuckled. "I can picture it perfectly. That actor has such a distinctive voice. It's like he's right here in the room with us." The shared experience of enjoying a movie became a delightful routine for the Armstrong family. They laughed together, exchanged glances during funny scenes, and occasionally Margaret would share anecdotes from her own movie-watching days. Halfway through the movie, Agatha decided to make the evening even more special. She got up and headed to the kitchen, returning with a large bowl of freshly popped popcorn. The warm, buttery aroma filled the room, eliciting appreciative smiles from Daniel and Margaret. "Popcorn?" Agatha offered, holding the bowl toward Margaret. "Thank you, dear," Margaret said, her fingers grazing the edge of the bowl as she took a handful. "You've really outdone yourself tonight." With popcorn in hand, the trio continued watching the movie, their laughter blending with the sound of crunching popcorn. The atmosphere was one of pure joy, a snapshot of a family bound by love and shared experiences. As the movie reached its climax, Agatha felt a sense of contentment. The simple pleasure of enjoying a movie together was a gift in itself. The credits rolled and the room echoed with satisfied sighs. "That was hilarious," Daniel exclaimed, stretching his arms. "Great pick." Margaret nodded in agreement. "It was indeed. Thank you both for making this evening so delightful." The family sat in the afterglow of the movie, basking in the warmth of shared laughter. The clock ticked away, marking the passage of time, and Agatha couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the simple pleasures of family. Now the joy of a shared movie night and a delicious dessert was more than enough. As they exchanged goodnight hugs and kisses, Agatha couldn't help but smile. The Armstrong family, with its blend of laughter, love, and the anticipation of surprises, was a testament to the beauty of ordinary moments that make life extraordinary. In the fresh morning, in a cozy kitchen, sunlight streamed through the curtains, casting a warm glow on the countertops. The aroma of sizzling bacon and brewing coffee filled the air as Agatha, a diligent woman in her mid-30s, bustled around preparing breakfast. The rhythmic clatter of utensils and the hum of the coffee maker created a morning symphony. As Agatha flipped pancakes in the pan, her husband, Daniel, strolled into the kitchen with a cheerful, "Good morning, honey. I'm ready for the office. Is my breakfast ready?" "Good morning, dear. Yes, your breakfast is ready," she replied, placing a plate of steaming eggs and bacon in front of him. Daniel grinned appreciatively and settled into his chair at the dining table. Just as Daniel was about to dig in, his mother, Margaret, descended the staircase, her silver hair neatly coiffed. "Well, good morning, everyone." "Where's my breakfast?" she inquired, eyeing the table expectantly. "Yes, Mother, it's ready. Please take a seat and enjoy," Agatha replied, motioning towards the empty chair. Margaret sat down and Agatha served her a plate of scrambled eggs and toast. As Margaret took the first bite, her face wrinkled in distaste. "Agatha, this is too tasty. I loved it," she complimented. Daniel agreed and said, "Yes, Mum, it's really delicious. If you want, I can also cook something more delicious for you." Margaret shot him a disapproving look and said, "Agatha cooks far better than you." Agatha joined them at the table and began her own breakfast. As Daniel finished his breakfast, he grabbed his briefcase and headed for the door. "See you later, honey. I love you," he called out before leaving. With a warm hug and a promise to be back soon, he left for a morning job, leaving Agatha and Margaret in the quiet embrace of their home. As the front door closed, Agatha turned to Margaret, her eyes sparkling with a newfound excitement. "Mum, how about we do something special this morning? What do you say we head to the beach for a relaxing outing?" Margaret's face lit up at the suggestion. "Oh, that sounds wonderful, dear. It's been a while since I felt the sand between my toes." Agatha helped Margaret get back to her room, navigating the familiar spaces with ease. "Take your time getting ready, Mum. I'll be here to assist you with anything you need." Margaret smiled appreciatively, grateful for Agatha's thoughtfulness. She entered her room and Agatha could hear the soft rustle of fabric as Margaret considered her options for the morning. Agatha, eager to make this outing special, prepared herself as well, choosing an outfit that would complement the morning sun. After a few moments, Agatha knocked on Margaret's door. "Ready, Mum?" Agatha asked. "Is there anything specific you'd like to wear, Mum? I can help you pick out an outfit." Margaret considered it for a moment before nodding. "I think the blue dress in the closet would be lovely." Agatha retrieved the dress, the soft fabric gliding through her fingers. "Great choice, Mum. Let me help you with it." As Agatha helped Margaret into the dress, their conversation flowed naturally. They spoke of the memories the dress held, the occasions it had graced, and the stories it carried within its stitches. The act of getting ready became a shared moment, a continuation of the morning's unfolding narrative. Once Margaret was dressed, Agatha added a light shawl to ward off the morning chill. "There you go, Mum. Ready for a beach adventure?" "How do I look, dear?" Agatha smiled. "Absolutely beautiful, Mum. Now let's get going." Margaret laughed. The sound was filled with a blend of excitement and nostalgia. "Oh, absolutely, dear. Let's make it a memorable morning." Taking Margaret's hand, Agatha led her gently down the stairs. They left the house hand in hand, the morning air filled with the promise of their seaside escapade. Agatha hailed a cab, and as they settled into the back seat, the cityscape outside the window began to wake up. "So, Mum, what are you thinking about? Any plans after visiting the beach? Places you'd like to visit?" Agatha asked, her voice filled with genuine curiosity. Margaret pondered the question for a moment, her mind weaving through dreams and aspirations. "Oh, I guess we should go to my friend's house. She lives near the beach." The idea of meeting friends excited Margaret. Agatha smiled. "Meeting friends sounds lovely, Mum. We will visit the beach after." The cab journey continued, and their conversation meandered through topics ranging from travel aspirations to cherished family memories. The cityscape gradually transformed into the soft hum of the outskirts, signalling their approach to the beach. After about 30 minutes, the cab came to a stop, and Agatha paid the fare. As they stepped out onto the sidewalk, the distant sound of crashing waves greeted them. The beach was just a short walk away. "All right, Mum, we just need to cross the road to reach the beach. Take my hand and we'll do it together," Agatha said, her voice reassuring. Margaret gripped Agatha's hand, a silent trust between them that spoke volumes. Together they navigated the traffic, and Agatha provided a running commentary on the surroundings, describing the awakening city, the distant chatter of morning commuters, and the tantalizing scent of salt in the air. Once they safely reached the other side, Agatha guided Margaret onto the soft sand. The beach stretched out before them, the morning sun casting a gentle glow on the rolling waves. They found a quiet spot, far enough from the water to avoid the tide, but close enough to feel its soothing rhythm. Seated on the soft sand, Agatha and Margaret breathed in the salty air, the gentle breeze caressing their faces. The sound of the waves provided a soothing backdrop to their conversation. "Oh, this is so peaceful, Agatha. Thank you for bringing me here," Margaret said, her gratitude evident in her voice. Agatha squeezed Margaret's hand. "It's my pleasure, Mum. I thought we could use a little escape this morning. Tell me, what do you enjoy most about the beach?" Margaret closed her eyes, savouring the moment. "I love the sound of the waves, the feeling of sand beneath my feet. It's like nature's lullaby." As they sat there, the two women shared stories, dreams and aspirations. They spoke of the simple pleasures of life and the beauty that could be found in everyday moments. The conversation flowed effortlessly, weaving a tapestry of connection between them. Time seemed to stretch, and as the morning wore on, Agatha and Margaret continued to enjoy the serenity of the beach. The sun climbed higher in the sky, casting a warm glow on their faces, and the distant cries of seagulls added a whimsical touch to the atmosphere. While enjoying the warm glow, Agatha turned to Margaret with a curious smile. "Mum, you never really told me what you wanted to do in the future. Any dreams or wishes?" Margaret's expression grew thoughtful, and a moment of silence lingered in the air. Agatha, sensing her mother-in-law's hesitation, offered a gentle nudge. "You know, Mum, it's never too late to think about your desires and dreams. I'd love to hear about them." Margaret sighed, a mixture of reluctance and vulnerability in her voice. "Agatha, dear. Oh, I appreciate your curiosity, but some things are best left unspoken. Let's just enjoy this moment." Agatha, sensing the shift in Margaret's mood, decided not to press further. "Of course, Mum. We can just relax and enjoy the beach. No need to dwell on anything heavy." Margaret managed a small smile, appreciating Agatha's understanding. Thank you, dear. You always know how to make things light and enjoyable. Oh, how about we treat ourselves to some ice cream?" Agatha chuckled. "Yeah, that's a great idea, Mum. I'll be right back with some delicious treats. Oh, any specific flavour you're in the mood for?" Margaret thought for a moment. "Surprise me, dear. Anything will do." With that, Agatha set off to the nearby ice cream parlour, leaving Margaret to enjoy the sound of the waves and the gentle breeze. As she strolled along the beach, Agatha couldn't help but feel a sense of warmth in the air. The kind of warmth that comes from shared moments and unspoken bonds. Meanwhile, as Margaret sat lost in her thoughts, someone approached and took a seat beside her on the sand. Assuming it was Agatha, Margaret smiled and asked, "You came, Agatha! What ice cream did you bring for me?" To her surprise, there was no reply. Margaret, relying on her other senses, caught a whiff of a different cologne. A feeling of suspicion crept in, and she reached out to touch the person's hand beside her. It wasn't the familiar touch of Agatha. The realization hit her that she was dealing with a stranger. Instinctively, Margaret tightened her grip on the person's hand and shouted, "Thief! Thief!" The commotion caught the attention of people nearby, and they rushed towards Margaret. The would-be thief, realizing the game was up, attempted to escape but was soon apprehended by the beachgoers. As Agatha approached with the ice cream, she saw the unfolding scene and sprinted towards Margaret. "Mum, are you okay? What happened?" Margaret, slightly shaken but unharmed, explained the situation. "Someone tried to steal from me, but these wonderful people here helped me catch the thief. Quick thinking, I suppose." The crowd took charge, ensuring the thief was handed over to the authorities. Margaret, relieved that the situation was under control, turned to Agatha. "Thank you, dear. I'm okay, just a little startled." Agatha sighed, grateful for the vigilant bystanders. "Oh, I'm glad you're okay, Mum. Let's not let this spoil our day. Here, I brought your ice cream." Margaret smiled, appreciating the gesture. "Thank you, Agatha. Oh, a little sweetness will surely make things better." They sat back down, the incident now behind them, and indulged in the ice cream treats. The taste of the cold, creamy delight served as a welcome distraction, melting away the remnants of tension. After finishing the ice cream, Agatha suggested, "How about we leave now to visit your friend Elizabeth? Her house is just a short walk from here." Margaret agreed. It will be a short walk. They made their way to Elizabeth's house, enjoying the leisurely stroll and the salty breeze that still lingered in the air. Upon arriving, Elizabeth welcomed them with open arms. "Margaret, Agatha, what a delightful surprise! Come in, come in! I was just about to make some coffee." They settled into Elizabeth's cozy living room, the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee filling the air. The three women engaged in lively conversation, sharing stories and laughter. The hours slipped away as they lost themselves in the warmth of friendship. Realizing the time, Agatha suggested, "Oh, it's already 4 p.m. We should head home." As they walked back, the sun had begun its descent, casting a soft glow over the horizon. The familiar path felt comforting, and the shared experiences of the day created a bond that transcended the ordinary. Back home, they took a moment to unwind. Margaret, feeling a bit tired, retreated to her room for some rest. Meanwhile, Agatha prepared for the evening, eagerly awaiting Daniel's return. Night fell, and with it, the familiar sound of the front door opening. Daniel had arrived home.
"Hey everyone, how was your day?"
he called out. Margaret and Agatha greeted him warmly, sharing the day's adventures. Daniel went up, freshened up and changed, and got down. Then he shared a few minutes on TV, and then they gathered for dinner. As the Armstrong family gathered around the dinner table, the warm aroma of a home-cooked meal filled the air. The flickering candles cast a gentle glow, creating an intimate setting for the evening. Plates were filled with a delicious assortment of dishes, and the clinking of cutlery against plates signalled the beginning of a shared meal. Daniel, seated at the head of the table, looked at Agatha and Margaret with a smile.
"So, tell me about your day. What adventures did you two have while I was at work?"
Agatha, always eager to share, started with a gleam in her eye. "Well, after you left for your job, Mum and I decided to go to the beach. It was such a spontaneous decision, and we had the most relaxing time there. We even treated ourselves to some ice cream." Margaret chimed in, her voice filled with enthusiasm. "Oh yes, and then we decided to visit Elizabeth. You remember her, right? It's been ages since we caught up, so we had a lovely chat over coffee." Daniel nodded, his interest piqued.
"Sounds like a wonderful day. What about you, Mum? How did the rest of your day unfold?"
Margaret smiled, her fingers tracing the rim of her water glass. "Oh, after coming back, I took a little rest in my room. The day was eventful, to say the least." Agatha interjected, eager to share another aspect of their day. Oh, you won't believe what happened at the beach. While I was fetching ice cream, someone tried to steal Mum's purse. But don't worry, Mum handled it like a pro, but with the help of some good Samaritans, we caught the thief. Daniel's eyes widened in surprise.
What? Are you both okay?
Margaret reassured him. Yes, we're fine. Agatha handled the situation brilliantly, and the people on the beach were really helpful. It turned into quite an adventure. The family continued to share stories, laughter, and the occasional light-hearted banter as they savoured the home-cooked meal. The room echoed with the sounds of their voices, creating a harmonious backdrop for the family bonding at the dinner table. As dessert made its appearance, Agatha couldn't help but tease Daniel. You missed all the excitement, but don't worry, we saved you some ice cream. Daniel chuckled.
Well, it sounds like you had enough excitement for the both of us. I'm just glad you're both safe.
Margaret, savouring a spoonful of dessert, added, Indeed we are, and despite the little adventure, it turned out to be a memorable day. The conversation flowed seamlessly, weaving through the highs and lows of their day, creating a tapestry of shared experiences. It was in these moments around the dinner table that the Armstrong family found solace and joy in each other's company. As the night progressed, they settled into a routine of relaxation, each member finding solace in the company of the others. The day's events, though marked by an unexpected incident, ultimately reinforced the strength of their family bonds. With the comforting embrace of a good night's sleep, the Armstrong family brought this eventful day to a close, grateful for the shared moments that added richness to their lives. The next morning dawned with a gentle warmth that filled the Armstrong household. After a hearty breakfast and Daniel's departure for work, Agatha and Margaret found themselves with an entire day ahead of them. The prospect of a leisurely day together prompted Agatha to suggest, How about we watch a movie, Mum? We can make it a movie marathon day. Margaret's face lit up with delight. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea, dear. Oh, I'd love to spend the day watching movies with you. With a shared enthusiasm, they settled into the cosy living room, surrounded by plush cushions and the promise of cinematic delight. The day unfolded with laughter, tears, and a medley of stories that played out on the screen. They immersed themselves in the world of movies, sharing popcorn and commentary, creating a treasure trove of shared memories. After a delightful lunch, Agatha took charge of the kitchen, clearing the remnants of their meal. As she washed the utensils, her gaze fell upon a calendar hanging on the wall. A particular date caught her eye, marked with a circle and a note. Margaret's birthday, just a month away. A surge of inspiration washed over Agatha as she contemplated making Margaret's birthday truly special. She envisioned a heartfelt gift that would linger in her mother-in-law's memory. A thought sparked in her mind. Learning Braille, the language Margaret used to read and write. Excitement fueled her decision, and Agatha grabbed her phone to search for resources to learn Braille. However, a sudden realization struck her. Margaret might have a book on Braille somewhere in the house. She decided to investigate. Curiosity led her to Margaret's room, where she gently opened the door. The room, filled with the comforting scent of familiarity, held a serene ambiance. Agatha's eyes scanned the shelves, and then, in a corner, she noticed a drawer slightly ajar. Stepping closer, Agatha discovered a collection of books, and there, nestled among them, was a book on Braille. A smile tugged at her lips as she marvelled at the serendipity of finding exactly what she was looking for. It was as if the universe conspired to help her create the perfect surprise. As Agatha carefully took the book, she noticed a few letters, written in Braille, tucked away inside. Her heart swelled with curiosity about their contents, but she resisted the temptation to read them, knowing that understanding the language first would make the experience even more special. Leaving Margaret's room, Agatha headed back to her own bedroom. the prized book tucked away discreetly. The anticipation of the surprise brewing within her, and a sense of joy fueled her determination to learn Braille in the coming month. The day continued with more movies and shared laughter. Margaret, unaware of the surprise unfolding behind the scenes, revelled in the simple joy of spending quality time with Agatha. They lost track of time as the on-screen dramas unfolded, immersing them in a world that temporarily suspended reality. As the day drew to a close, they enjoyed a cozy dinner together. Agatha couldn't help but glance at the calendar. The anticipation of the upcoming celebration was fueling her excitement. The following days became a montage of routine and preparation. Agatha dedicated moments each day to learning Braille, utilizing online resources and the book she had discreetly borrowed. The characters started to make sense to her, and the tactile nature of the language added a unique dimension to her learning experience. Next morning over the Armstrong household, Agatha, armed with determination, decided to embark on her journey to learn Braille. The idea of gifting her mother-in-law, Margaret, a handwritten letter in Braille for her birthday had kindled a spark within her. After completing her morning chores, she found herself in a quiet house, the perfect setting for a new beginning. With a sense of anticipation, Agatha settled into a cozy corner of the living room. She had gathered a few resources, including the Braille book she discreetly borrowed from Margaret's collection. The pages were filled with raised dots, a tactile language that would soon become her bridge to a deeper connection with her mother-in-law. Taking a deep breath, Agatha opened the book, her eyes scanning the unfamiliar characters. The Braille alphabet, a series of raised dots arranged in different patterns, looked like a secret code waiting to be deciphered. Armed with determination, she murmured to herself, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." The first challenge presented itself as Agatha attempted to understand the basics of the Braille alphabet. The tactile nature of the language required her to rely on her sense of touch, a departure from the visual learning she was accustomed to. As she ran her fingers over the raised dots, she couldn't help but marvel at the ingenuity of the Braille system. Agatha, determined to make progress, began with the letters A, B, C, she whispered, her fingers tracing the patterns on the page. The transition from recognizing shapes on paper to feeling the intricate dots brought a unique set of challenges. The tactile sensitivity required for accurate reading and writing demanded a level of concentration that was both challenging and rewarding. After an hour of focused learning, Agatha felt a mixture of accomplishment and a realization of the difficulties she was about to face. She glanced at the clock, surprised at how time had flown. It was now time for lunch, and Margaret was engrossed in her own reading in the adjacent room. "Mum, are you ready for lunch?" Agatha called out, interrupting Margaret's literary world. Margaret, with a content smile, closed her book and joined Agatha at the dining table. "What have you been up to, dear?" she asked. With a conspiratorial grin, Agatha decided to share some of her surprise. "I am preparing a surprise for your birthday, Mum. I hope you like it." Margaret's eyes sparkled with a mixture of surprise and delight. "Surprise? That's wonderful, Agatha. It's a thoughtful gesture." As they sat down for lunch, Agatha shared her experiences from the morning. "It's definitely challenging, Mum. It's a new type of thing that I'm trying. It's a bit hard to prepare. I'm new to it. It's going to take a lot of time, I guess. I hope it gets ready before your birthday." Margaret, appreciating Agatha's commitment, offered words of encouragement. "Don't force yourself. Take your time and practice. Don't rush, and you'll find yourself making progress." After lunch, Agatha returned to her Braille studies. The afternoon unfolding with a series of ups and downs. The challenges persisted as she encountered the complexities of the language. the tactile nuances required her to develop a heightened sensitivity to her fingertips. The day one difficulties included occasional confusion between similar-looking patterns and the struggle to distinguish subtle differences in dot arrangements. Agatha found herself retracing her steps, repeating letters and embracing the trial-and-error nature of the learning process. As she delved into the world of contractions and special characters, Agatha realized the depth of the language. The intricacies of Braille posed challenges that extended beyond the initial alphabet, requiring patience and perseverance. The hours passed, and as the day drew to a close, Agatha reflected on her first day of learning Braille. Despite the difficulties, a sense of satisfaction lingered. The tactile language had opened a new avenue for connection, and Agatha felt a growing bond with Margaret, who had unknowingly become her silent guide on this journey. As Agatha tucked the Braille book away, she looked forward to the days ahead. The challenges of day one were merely stepping stones toward a more profound understanding of Braille. With a heart full of determination, she whispered to herself, "Tomorrow is a new day, and I'm ready for the adventure." Little did she know, this venture into Braille would not only be a gift for Margaret, but also a journey that would enrich her own life in unexpected ways. The sun cast a gentle morning glow as Agatha, fueled by her determination, delved into day 2 of her Braille learning journey. After a simple breakfast and Daniel's departure for work, she found a quiet moment to resume her exploration of the tactile language. With the Braille book open before her, Agatha revisited the familiar letters, her fingers moving across the raised dots. The challenges of the previous day had left their mark, but a sense of familiarity had also taken root. She approached the Braille alphabet with more confidence, murmuring letters under her breath as her fingers danced across the embossed pages. The morning unfolded with a mixture of successes and hurdles. As Agatha navigated through more complex patterns and contractions, she encountered the nuances that made Braille both intricate and fascinating. The tactile nature of the language required precision, and she found herself refining her touch to discern the subtle differences between characters. Around midday, Agatha took a break to clear her mind. As she prepared a simple lunch, the dots of Braille still lingered in her thoughts. The parallels between her culinary activities and Braille studies became evident. Both required attention to detail and a nuanced touch. After lunch, Agatha eagerly returned to her studies. The Braille book became a companion, guiding her through the intricacies of the language. She explored more words, stringing together combinations that gradually formed sentences. The language, once foreign, began to take on a more familiar cadence. The challenges of day 2 extended beyond the technicalities of Braille. Agatha grappled with the realization that learning a new language demanded patience and persistence. The initial excitement had met the reality of the uphill climb, but Agatha was undeterred. As the afternoon waned, Agatha decided to test her progress. She selected a simple passage from the Braille book and attempted to read it without peeking at the embossed letters. The exercise revealed areas that needed refinement, but it also showcased the strides she had made in a short span. Margaret, sensing Agatha's dedication, joined her in the living room. "How's the surprise journey going, dear?" she inquired. Agatha, with a mix of exhaustion and enthusiasm in her voice, shared her experiences. "Oh, it's challenging, Mum, but I can feel myself making progress. It looks like I can prepare the surprise before your birthday." Margaret, with a warm smile, offered words of encouragement. "You're embracing it with such dedication, which is commendable. Don't forget to give yourself credit for every step forward." The evening brought a sense of accomplishment as Agatha reflected on her day of Braille learning. The challenges had become stepping stones, and she could feel a subtle shift in her understanding of the language. As she closed the Braille book for the day, she couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation for the days that lay ahead. The journey into Braille had become a daily ritual, a dance of touch and discovery that connected her to a new realm of communication. Agatha went to bed that night with the embossed letters lingering in her thoughts, eager to unravel the language further in the upcoming days of her Braille adventure. With the dawn of the third day, Agatha approached her Braille studies with a sense of routine and determination. The morning sun filtered through the curtains as she resumed her exploration of the tactile language. As Agatha reviewed the Braille alphabet, she felt a growing familiarity with the raised dots. The characters that once seemed elusive are now becoming old friends. She spent the morning reinforcing her understanding, practicing letters, and gradually moving towards more complex patterns. In the afternoon, Agatha challenged herself with short sentences and simple phrases. The language that initially felt like a code was now beginning to unfold before her. As she embraced the rhythm of Braille, a newfound sense of confidence fueled her progress. On the fourth day, Agatha awoke with a sense of anticipation. The tactile dance of Braille had become a part of her daily routine, and she approached her studies with a mix of excitement and determination. As Agatha navigated through more complex patterns and contractions, she encountered a few stumbling blocks. Frustration threatened to creep in, but she reminded herself of the progress she had made. The language, though challenging, was slowly revealing its secrets. In the afternoon, Agatha decided to put her skills to the test. She selected a short passage from a Braille book and read it aloud. The words, once mysterious, now flowed with a newfound fluency. The sense of accomplishment filled the room. As day 4 drew to a close, Agatha reflected on her progress. The initial challenges were giving way to a growing proficiency. The dots of Braille had transformed from a puzzle into a language she could navigate with increasing ease. The journey into Braille continued, each day bringing new revelations and a deepening connection to a world of touch. Agatha went to bed on the fourth night, the embossed letters lingering in her thoughts, eager to greet the challenges and discoveries that awaited her in the days ahead. 10 days had passed since Agatha embarked on her Braille learning journey, a secret endeavour hidden behind the closed doors of her bedroom. One evening, after a hearty dinner, the Armstrong family found themselves settling into the comfort of their home. In the privacy of their bedroom, Daniel, curious about Agatha's recent activities, couldn't help but voice his inquiries.
"It seems like you've been up to something these past days, Agatha," Daniel remarked, his tone filled with curiosity. A mischievous smile played on Agatha's lips as she replied, "Yes, I have a little project in the works. I wanted to be a surprise for everyone." Intrigued, Daniel probed further. "A surprise? Tell me more. What's the grand plan?"
Agatha, with a twinkle in her eye, responded, "Not now, Daniel. I wanted to be a special moment for all of you. The big reveal is scheduled for Mum's birthday."
Daniel's eyes lit up with appreciation. "Mum's birthday? That's thoughtful, Agatha. I'm sure whatever you're planning will be wonderful. Thank you for putting in the effort for a surprise that includes all of us."
With a shared understanding, they settled into a peaceful night's sleep, the promise of a surprise lingering in the air. The next morning followed the familiar routine: breakfast, a warm farewell from Daniel as he headed to work, and Agatha, immersing herself in her daily Braille studies. Margaret, unaware of the secret unfolding in her daughter-in-law's room, went about her morning rituals. As the sun bathed the room in a gentle glow, Agatha continued to decipher the dots and patterns that comprised the Braille language. It was mid-morning when Margaret descended the stairs, her keen senses detecting the air of anticipation within the house. Sensing an opportunity for some quality time, she approached Agatha.
Would you like to go out for lunch today, Agatha? Agatha welcomed the idea, realising it would be a perfect chance to share some moments with Margaret outside the confines of their home. Sure, Mum. I'd love to go out for lunch. Oh, it'll be a nice break from my preparation. With a swift agreement, both women got ready, their outing to a local restaurant on the horizon. At the restaurant, as they settled into their seats, the ambience around them echoed with the gentle hum of conversations and the clinking of cutlery. Margaret seized the opportunity to inquire about Agatha's recent endeavours. "Oh, how's your progress going, dear?" Margaret asked, her voice carrying a mixture of curiosity and warmth. Agatha, carefully choosing her words, replied, "It's going really well, Mum. I've been putting in a lot of effort, and I hope you'll enjoy the surprise when the time comes." Margaret's smile spoke volumes, a silent acknowledgement of the bond that existed between them. "I'm sure it will be wonderful, Agatha. Your efforts are truly appreciated." As they conversed, the waiter approached, presenting them with menus. Agatha took charge, helping Margaret navigate through the options and place their order. The tactile nature of the Braille language had not only become a tool for communication, but a source of empowerment, bridging gaps in unexpected ways. When the food arrived, Agatha assisted Margaret with setting up her plate and ensured she could enjoy her meal with ease. The act of sharing a meal became a dance of trust and understanding between them, a silent language of gestures and assistance. Over lunch they talked about various topics: clothes, memories, and social media. The restaurant, with its inviting atmosphere, provided the backdrop for a simple yet meaningful connection between Agatha and Margaret. As the meal concluded, they left the restaurant, the shared experience adding another layer to their evolving relationship. Back at home, Agatha returned to her Braille studies, the events of the day fueling her determination. Margaret, unaware of the secret preparations taking place, continued with her routine. The upcoming birthday surprise loomed on the horizon, promising a moment that would weave their lives together in a tapestry of shared joy. The days passed, and Agatha's Braille proficiency deepened. The language that once seemed like an enigma now flowed naturally under her fingertips. As the date of Margaret's birthday approached, Agatha felt a mix of excitement and nerves. The surprise she had meticulously planned held the promise of creating a cherished memory for the entire family. And so, the Armstrong household braced itself for the unveiling of Agatha's secret project, a celebration of love and connection that would transcend the dots and patterns of Braille into the realm of heartfelt gestures and shared moments. The Armstrong household was abuzz with the usual morning rituals as the family gathered around the breakfast table, sharing in the comfort of a familiar routine. The routine, however, was soon disrupted by the ring of Daniel's phone. The voice on the other end belonged to his friend, inviting the Armstrong family to a small get-together that following day. "Hey, Daniel, we're having a small get-together tomorrow evening. Can you and the family make it?" the friend's voice chimed. A smile spread across Daniel's face as he replied, "Absolutely, we'll be there. Looking forward to it." With that, he shared the exciting news of Agatha and Margaret. "Guess what, everyone? We're invited to my friend's party tomorrow." Excitement sparkled in Agatha's eyes and joy radiated from Margaret's face. "That sounds wonderful, Daniel. I'm sure it'll be a great time," Agatha exclaimed. Daniel, buoyed by the enthusiasm of his family, continued, "The party is in the evening, so how about we leave tonight? That way we can make it a mini getaway. Pack anything you need, and let's make it a memorable trip." As Daniel headed to the office, he made sure to secure a 2-day leave. Meanwhile, back at home, Agatha and Margaret set the wheels in motion for the impromptu trip. They scurried around, selecting a mix of casual and fancy dresses, envisioning the joyous occasion that awaited them. In the afternoon, Daniel returned home earlier than usual, ready to embark on the family adventure. Together, they gathered their belongings, ensuring they had everything they might need for the short but sweet journey. The excitement in the air was palpable as they loaded the luggage into the car.
The journey commenced with Daniel behind the wheel, Agatha enjoying the scenic views, and Margaret, despite her inability to see, absorbing the experience through her heightened sense of touch and the gentle breeze that accompanied the journey. As they cruised along the winding roads, the car became a vessel of shared joy. Laughter and snippets of conversation filled the air, creating a soundtrack for the road trip. Agatha, with the window down, revelled in the feeling of the wind tousling her hair, while Margaret embraced the vibrations of the music, her fingers tapping in rhythm on her lap. Around midnight, the familiar lights of their friend's house appeared on the horizon. Daniel skillfully parked the car, and they were greeted by warm hugs and smiles. Margaret, feeling the change in surroundings, was gently awakened by Agatha. "Hey, Mum, we're here. Let's get you settled in," Agatha whispered, guiding Margaret to a cosy room where she could rest. As Margaret settled into a peaceful slumber, Agatha and Daniel, feeling the fatigue of the journey, took a well-deserved rest. The anticipation of the upcoming celebration added an undercurrent of excitement to their dreams. The next morning dawned with the promise of the festivities ahead. The sun cast its gentle glow over the landscape as the Armstrong family emerged from their restful sleep. Margaret, after a rejuvenating night, was the first to rise. Agatha, with a warm smile, helped her freshen up and don an outfit for the day. As they made their way to the communal areas of the house, the aroma of breakfast wafted through the air. Daniel, already immersed in conversation with his friend, welcomed Agatha and Margaret.
"Good morning, sleepyheads. Ready for a day full of fun?" Daniel teased, his eyes reflecting the excitement that lingered in the air. Breakfast was a communal affair, a time of laughter and shared stories. The coziness of the family gathering set the stage for a day that promised camaraderie and celebration. With the morning sun embracing them, the Armstrong family, filled with gratitude for the impromptu trip and a joyous occasion that awaited them, prepared to partake in the festivities of Daniel's friend's party. Little did they know that this spontaneous adventure would weave new memories into the fabric of their lives, creating a chapter filled with laughter, love, and the warmth of shared moments. The hours leading up to the evening party were spent making quick preparations. The Armstrong family, along with Daniel's friend and their extended relatives, engaged in a hive of activity to ensure everything was in place for the celebration. As the afternoon unfolded, Agatha found a quiet moment to check in on Margaret. The room Margaret had been assigned was bathed in soft sunlight, creating a serene atmosphere. Agatha approached her mother-in-law, who was seated on the bed, with a contemplative expression on her face. "Mum, how are you feeling? Excited about the party?" Agatha inquired, a genuine smile gracing her features. Margaret turned toward Agatha, her face lighting up with warmth. "Oh, Agatha, I can feel the excitement in the air. I might not see the decorations or the faces, but there's a certain energy that tells me it's going to be a special evening." Agatha nodded, appreciating the unique way Margaret perceived the world. "I'm so glad we could make this trip. It's not just about the party, it's about creating memories together." Margaret reached for Agatha's hand, a gesture of silent gratitude. "Indeed, Agatha. Life is made up of these moments, the ones we share with the ones we love." The afternoon hours slipped away in a medley of laughter, shared stories, and the hum of preparations. The house, adorned with decorations, emanated a festive spirit that mirrored the anticipation building within the Armstrong family. As evening descended, the family gathered in the living room, each member adorned in their chosen attire for the party. Margaret, guided by Agatha, looked elegant in a carefully selected dress. The camaraderie between the family members created an atmosphere of warmth and togetherness. Daniel, ever the gracious host, ushered everyone into the car as they made their way to the venue.
The anticipation in the car was palpable, with the hum of excitement and the distant melodies of party music setting the stage for a night to remember. Upon arriving at the party venue, the Armstrong family was greeted with smiles and cheers. Daniel's friend, the host, personally welcomed them and expressed his delight at their presence. The air buzzed with the sounds of laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses, a symphony of celebration. As the evening unfolded, the Armstrong family immersed themselves in the festivities. Margaret, despite her visual impairment, navigated the party with grace, relying on her heightened senses and the guidance of Agatha. The dance floor became a canvas for shared moments, with the family twirling and swaying to the rhythm of joy. Amidst the laughter and merriment, Agatha noticed a corner of the room adorned with photographs, a visual timeline capturing the essence of family bonds. She led Margaret to the display, describing the images with vivid detail, painting a picture of cherished memories. Margaret, though unable to see the images, absorbed the descriptions with a smile. "Thank you, Agatha. Your words paint a beautiful picture in my mind." The night wore on, a tapestry of shared joy and connection. As the clock struck midnight, Daniel gathered the family for a moment of reflection and gratitude.
"Tonight has been magical, a testament to the power of family and shared moments. Let's take a moment to appreciate each other and the memories we've created together," Daniel expressed, his words resonating with sincerity. In that shared moment, the Armstrong family embraced the warmth of togetherness, the impromptu trip, the laughter, the dance, and the love that permeated the evening became threads woven into the fabric of their collective memory. As they bid farewell to the party and returned to the friend's house, the night air carried with it a sense of fulfillment. Agatha assisted Margaret to her room, the echoes of the celebration still lingering in the air. "Good night, Mum. I hope you had a wonderful time," Agatha said, tucking Margaret into bed. Margaret, with a contented sigh, replied, "Oh, it was a beautiful night, Agatha. Thank you for helping me experiencing it in your own special way." The night embraced them in its quietude as the Armstrong family settled into a peaceful slumber, the echoes of the celebration resonating in their dreams. The following morning, it greeted them with the soft glow of sunrise. The remnants of the celebration lingered in the air, a gentle reminder of the joyous night that had unfolded. Margaret, the first to rise, found Agatha already awake, savouring a quiet moment on the porch. "Good morning, Mum. Did you sleep well?" Agatha greeted, a mug of freshly brewed coffee in her hands. Margaret, with a serene smile, responded, "Oh, I did, Agatha. The night was filled with beautiful dreams. Thank you for making this trip so special." As the morning progressed, the Armstrong family, joined by their friends and relatives, enjoyed a leisurely brunch. Conversations flowed and the shared memories of the previous night were revisited with fondness. The day unfolded in a relaxed manner, with the family savouring the remaining hours of their impromptu getaway. Agatha, Daniel, and Margaret engaged in activities that ranged from exploring the local surroundings to engaging in heartfelt conversations. As the sun began its descent, casting a warm glow over the landscape, the Armstrong family prepared to bid farewell to their friend's house. Expressions of gratitude and promises of future gatherings were exchanged, the bonds of family growing stronger with each passing moment. Daniel, once again behind the wheel, navigated the familiar roads that would lead them back home, the car now filled with the echoes of shared laughter and the warmth of shared memories carried the Armstrong family back to their daily lives. The impromptu trip had unfolded as a chapter in the book of their lives, a chapter marked by spontaneity, joy, and the beauty of shared moments. As they approached their home, the Armstrong family carried with them the afterglow of the celebration, the echoes of laughter, and the profound realization
that life's most precious moments are often the ones we share with the ones we love. And so, with the car parked and the luggage unloaded, the Armstrong family stepped back into the familiarity of their home. The impromptu trip had come to an end, but the memories forged during those fleeting days would forever be etched in their hearts, a testament to the beauty of seizing the moment and cherishing the bonds that make life truly special. The house settled into a restful rhythm after the instant of the impromptu trip. The following morning, Daniel headed off to work, leaving Agatha and Margaret in the quiet embrace of their home. The stillness of the morning carried a sense of calm, a contrast to the lively echoes of the celebration that had recently unfolded. As Agatha went about her morning routine, a ringing phone interrupted the quiet. Elizabeth, a friend of Margaret's, was on the line, her voice carrying a cheerful tone. "Hey, Agatha! I thought I'd swim by and take Margaret out for the day. Is that okay?" Elizabeth inquired. Agatha smiled, appreciating the thoughtfulness of Margaret's friend. "Of course, Elizabeth. That sounds like a lovely idea. I'll get Mum ready for you." With a plan in motion, Agatha approached Margaret to share the news. "Mum, Elizabeth is coming to pick you up. She wants to take you out with her friends. Isn't that wonderful?" Margaret's face lit up with delight. "Oh, that's lovely. I'll get ready right away. Thank you for arranging this, Agatha." Soon after, Elizabeth arrived at the doorstep, her friendly demeanour inviting warmth into the house. Agatha helped Margaret prepare for the outing, ensuring she had everything she might need. As Margaret left in the company of Elizabeth, Agatha expressed her gratitude. "Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Please take good care of Mum. I really appreciate this," Agatha said, her sincerity evident in her words. Elizabeth smiled warmly. "It's my pleasure, Agatha. We'll have a great time, and I'll make sure Margaret gets back safely." Alone in the house, Agatha found herself with a rare pocket of solitude. With everyone scheduled to return later in the evening, she decided to indulge in a bit of self-care. After ordering some food for herself, Agatha planned to use this time to delve deeper into her Braille language studies. As her meal arrived, Agatha settled down in front of the TV, enjoying a quiet moment of relaxation. The familiar program provided a comforting backdrop to her evening. Yet as the show concluded, her attention shifted to the drawer in Margaret's room. The one that held not only the Braille book, but also letters and a diary. Agatha's curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to explore the contents of the drawer further. Pulling out the letters and the diary, she noted the delicate touch of the paper beneath her fingertips. The letters, she discovered, were exchanges between Margaret and Daniel's father, filled with expressions of love, longing, and the tender connection shared between a couple deeply in love before marriage. As she delved into the diary, Agatha found herself transported to the pages of Margaret's life, a narrative that unfolded in both joy and sorrow. The entries detailed Margaret's journey, from the challenges of losing her sight to the profound moments that defined her adulthood. One section of the diary chronicled her meeting with Daniel's father, a love story that transcended obstacles and embraced the warmth of companionship. The entries resonated with emotions, capturing the essence of a life well lived, even in the face of adversity. Tragedy struck with the account of Daniel's father's passing, and Agatha could feel the weight of loss in the carefully penned words. Margaret's resilience and determination to provide a stable life for Daniel shone through the pages, a testament to a mother's love. The diary entries continued, chronicling Daniel's growth into a responsible and hard-working individual. Agatha found herself engrossed in the narrative, a silent witness to the hardships and triumphs that mark their journey. As the entries approached more recent times, the tone shifted to the period of Daniel and Agatha's marriage. Words of warmth and approval spilled onto the pages, a mother's heartfelt blessings for her son's chosen life partner. Agatha's eyes welled with tears as she read Margaret's words of gratitude and affection for her. The emotions embedded in the diary were palpable, and Agatha found herself moved by the depth of Margaret's feelings. The entries spoke of the quiet sacrifices, the unspoken gestures, and the enduring love that bound the Armstrong family together. As she reached the most recent entries, Agatha discovered a section dedicated solely to her. The words penned by Margaret carried an emotional weight that transcended the pages of the diary. Each sentence radiated love, appreciation, and a profound sense of connection. Agatha is the sunshine in our lives, a beacon of warmth and joy. Her kindness, her laughter, and the love she brings into our homes are gifts beyond measure. I am grateful for her presence every day, and I thank the stars for bringing her into our lives. The simplicity of Margaret's words struck a chord within Agatha's heart. Overwhelmed by the raw emotion embedded in the diary, she found tears streaming down her cheeks. The genuine affection conveyed through Margaret's writing touched Agatha in a way words struggled to articulate. In the quiet solitude of the house, Agatha allowed herself to fully absorb the depth of Margaret's sentiments. The diary became a vessel, carrying the unspoken truths and the profound connection shared between a mother and her son's chosen partner. As she wiped away her tears, Agatha couldn't help but feel a renewed sense of gratitude for the bonds that tied their family together. The diary, a silent witness to the unfolding tapestry of their lives, became a cherished testament to the enduring power of love and connection. As the evening approached and the house gradually filled with the returning echoes of family, Agatha tucked the diary back into the drawer, a sacred repository of memories. The impromptu exploration had uncovered a treasure trove of emotions, leaving Agatha with a heightened appreciation for the love that defined their home. And so, with the fragrance of shared stories and the echoes of a mother's love lingering in the air, the Armstrong family reunited under the familiar roof of their home. The pages of the diary had become a silent bridge, connecting past, present, and future, a testament to the enduring power of love written in the language of the heart. The evening unfolded in the comforting glow of home, and Agatha found herself stirred by the depth of Margaret's gratitude. As she wiped away the remnants of tears from her cheeks, a decision sprouted within Agatha, a determination to make Margaret's upcoming birthday an occasion of unparalleled joy. In the cosy kitchen, Agatha concocted a plan as fragrant as the soup simmering on the stove. Her mind buzzed with ideas, each one aiming to encapsulate the essence of happiness for Margaret. With each chop of vegetables and every stir of the pot, Agatha envisioned a celebration that would transcend the ordinary. As the intoxicating aroma of Margaret's favourite soup and pot roast wafted through the house, it beckoned the family to gather around the dinner table. Daniel, returning from work, and Margaret, radiant with anticipation, were met with the sight of a table adorned with culinary delights.
"Wow, Agatha, this smells amazing. What's the occasion?" Daniel inquired, his eyes gleaming with delight.
Agatha exchanged a knowing smile with Margaret. "No occasion, just felt like making something special tonight." As they dug into the hearty meal, laughter and conversation filled the air. The dinner became a celebration in itself, a moment to revel in the simple joys of family and togetherness. With each passing day, Agatha immersed herself in the preparation for Margaret's birthday. The countdown of 8 days became a driving force, pushing her to accelerate her progress in learning Braille. The small moments dedicated to mastering the language took on a newfound significance as Agatha envisioned the surprise awaiting Margaret. One particular night, as the clock approached midnight, Agatha and Daniel found themselves in the quiet cocoon of their room. Amidst the hum of evening and the soft glow of lamplight, Agatha felt a surge of excitement. "Daniel, I have some ideas for Mum's birthday. Mind if I share them with you?" Agatha's eyes sparkled with enthusiasm. Daniel, setting aside his work, welcomed the diversion.
"Absolutely. I'm all ears. What are you thinking?"
With animated gestures, Agatha unveiled her plan for Margaret's birthday celebration. She envisioned a venue adorned with Margaret's favourite flowers, a tapestry of colours and fragrances that would fill the air with joy. The menu would feature Margaret's cherished dishes, including a cake crafted with love by Agatha herself. The gift, shrouded in secrecy, promised to be a reflection of the things Margaret couldn't do but had always dreamed of. Daniel listened with rapt attention, his excitement mirroring Agatha's.
"You've thought this through so beautifully. Mum will be over the moon. But where's the venue?"
A mischievous smile played on Agatha's lips as she leaned in to whisper the location into Daniel's ear. His eyes widened with delight and a grin stretched across his face.
"That's perfect. Mum will love it. And you know what? Let's call her school and college friends too. It'll be a grand celebration."
The agreement marked the beginning of their collaborative effort to turn Agatha's vision into reality. In the days that followed, they meticulously planned the details, from decorations to invitations. Agatha's determination to make the birthday unforgettable fueled her commitment to mastering Braille. The day after talking to Daniel, Agatha found herself fueled by a newfound determination. The desire to create an unforgettable birthday for Margaret led her to reach out to an event planning company. Armed with a vision and a venue in mind, Agatha initiated a conversation with the professionals who could turn her ideas into reality. As she spoke to the event planners, Agatha articulated her vision with enthusiasm. She shared her desire for a venue adorned with Margaret's favourite flowers, an elegant setting that would be a feast for the senses. The professionals on the other end of the line listened attentively, absorbing every detail of Agatha's vision. "We want the celebration to be special. It's not just a birthday. It's a culmination of love and appreciation for everything Mum is," Agatha explained, her voice resonating with determination. The event planning company, sensing the emotional depth of Agatha's request, assured her that they were committed to bringing her vision to life. They delved into action, securing the perfect venue that would serve as the canvas for Margaret's special day. The venue, a secret Agatha guarded with anticipation, was chosen for its charm and intimate atmosphere. The event planners liaised with a renowned caterer to curate a menu that featured Margaret's favourite dishes, ensuring a culinary journey that would be both delectable and nostalgic. The meticulous planning extended to the invitations. The event planning company collaborated with a printer to create bespoke invitations that captured the essence of the celebration. The cards, adorned with delicate floral motifs, were a visual representation of the beauty that awaited the guests. 2 days before the event, the invitations were dispatched to the carefully curated guest list, Margaret's friends from school, college, and their extended social circle. The anticipation for the celebration began to build, and whispers of excitement circulated among those fortunate enough to receive the elegant crafted invitations. However, amidst the hustle and bustle of event planning, Margaret, curious and perceptive, couldn't help but notice the air of secrecy that surrounded Agatha and Daniel. Sensing that something was afoot, she approached Agatha with a sparkle of curiosity in her eyes. "Agatha, what's going on? I can sense there's something you and Daniel are hiding from me. Is it another surprise?" Margaret inquired, her anticipation palpable. With a mischievous twinkle in her eye, Agatha reassured Margaret. "Oh, Mum, you know us too well. There might be a little surprise in the works, but I promise you'll find out soon. Just be patient and let the excitement build. The days leading up to Margaret's birthday saw a flurry of activity. The event planning company executed their plans flawlessly, transforming the chosen venue into a haven, a floral enchantment. Tables adorned with delicate centerpieces and a dance floor bathed in soft light awaited the guests. The catering team, under the guidance of the event planners, perfected each dish to ensure a gastronomic experience that would linger in the memory. As the preparations reached their zenith, Agatha couldn't contain her excitement. Every detail, from the floral arrangements to the subtle ambiance, had been meticulously crafted to honour Margaret. Yet, one crucial element remained, a gift that would encapsulate Agatha's deep affection for her mother-in-law. With the day of the celebration looming, Agatha dedicated herself to completing the final piece of the puzzle, the gift. She had purchased a light and beautiful dress that Margaret had expressed a desire to wear. This, however, was just the beginning. The true essence of the gift would unfold in the heartfelt gestures and carefully chosen elements that would accompany the dress. The evening before Margaret's birthday, Agatha immersed herself in the creative process. As she worked on the gift, her mind echoed with the laughter, the shared moments, and the love that defined their family. Each stroke of creativity was a silent expression of gratitude, a tribute to the woman who had become the heart of their home. As the final details fell into place, Agatha surveyed the culmination of her efforts with a sense of satisfaction. The gift, a testament to the unspoken bond between them, awaited its moment to shine. With the gift ready and every detail aligned with her vision, Agatha felt a mixture of excitement and nerves. She confided in Daniel, sharing the culmination of her plans. "Everything is ready, Daniel. The venue, the caterer, the invitations, everything. I've put my heart into this. I hope Mum loves it as much as I do." Agatha expressed a hint of anticipation in her voice. Daniel, impressed and touched by Agatha's dedication, enveloped her in a reassuring embrace. "You've done an amazing job. I'm sure Mum will be beyond happy. Let's make this a birthday she'll cherish forever." And so, with the final pieces in place and the stage set for Margaret's birthday celebration, Agatha and Daniel awaited the dawn of a new day. The day that would unfold as a symphony of love, surprises, and the enduring bonds that defined the Armstrong family. The much-anticipated day had finally arrived, Margaret's birthday. The excitement hung in the air like a melody waiting to be played, and the Armstrong household was buzzing with the anticipation of surprises and joy. Early in the morning, while the sun was still stretching its rays across the sky, Daniel and Agatha decided to kick off the celebrations with a delightful surprise for Margaret. With a cake adorned with flickering candles in hand, Daniel and Agatha tiptoed into Margaret's room, where she was sitting in front of the mirror, tending to her hair. The door creaked open and Margaret, startled, asked, "Who's there?" With mischievous grins, Daniel and Agatha remained silent until, in unison, they shouted, "Happy birthday, Mum!" Margaret, caught off guard, exclaimed, "Oh, you two got me in shock. I thought someone else was in the room. Thank you, my kids." Gratitude twinkled in her eyes as she realized the early morning surprise was from the ones she cherished the most. They presented her with the cake, adored with a sizzling candle ready to be blown out. "Blow the candle and make a wish, Mum," Agatha urged. With a smile dancing on her lips, Margaret closed her eyes, made a silent wish, and blew out the candle. The room was filled with the soft sound of laughter and the sweet scent of the birthday cake. It was a moment of shared joy, a perfect start to a day dedicated to celebrating Margaret's presence in their lives. As the morning unfolded, they gathered around the breakfast table. Agatha, with a sparkle in her eyes, couldn't contain the secret any longer.
Mum, today in the evening, there's a surprise birthday party waiting for you. We've prepared everything and we hope you like it. Margaret, sipping her morning tea, said with a warm smile, "Whatever my kids do for me is very good. I like it. You both make every day special for me." The day progressed and soon the afternoon sun cast a golden glow over the city. Agatha, brimming with excitement, entered Margaret's room with a beautifully wrapped dress, a gift specially chosen for this occasion. "Mum, we thought you might like to wear this for the surprise party," Agatha said as she handed the dress to Margaret. Margaret delicately touched the fabric, her fingers tracing the intricate details. Agatha assisted her in getting ready, adding a touch of makeup and carefully placing accessories that complemented the ensemble. Margaret, touching herself, felt very pretty, as if she saw a reflection that radiated beauty and grace from herself in the mirror. It wasn't just a dress, it was a collection of her favourite things, the very essence of her desires. Overwhelmed with emotion, Margaret felt a tear escape the corner of her eye. She turned to Agatha and Daniel, who were watching with heartfelt smiles. "Thank you for this day and this gift. It means the world to me," she said, embracing them both. In the evening, the Armstrong family left to the undisclosed venue, the heart of the surprise awaiting Margaret. The car buzzed with excitement, laughter, and the warmth of shared moments. The air was filled with anticipation, and Margaret, wearing her special dress, felt a sense of gratitude and love enveloping her like a comforting embrace. Little did she know that the evening held more surprises, more moments of joy, and a celebration that would etch itself into the tapestry of her memories. The secret party awaited, a testament to the love, dedication, and appreciation the Armstrongs held for the woman who had enriched their lives with her presence. And so, with hearts full of love and smiles that reflect her genuine happiness, they drove into the evening, the canvas upon which the celebration of Margaret's life was about to unfold. As the car pulled into the venue, Margaret could sense the atmosphere changing. The place held a sacred significance. It was near where Daniel's father, Henry, rested in eternal peace. As Margaret stepped out of the car, she felt the presence of people around her. The subtle hum of anticipation surrounded her, and she was led to a spot where an unexpected celebration awaited. Suddenly, the quiet ambiance erupted into applause, and a warm welcome greeted Margaret. It felt as though she had stepped into a world where she was not only cherished but also celebrated. With a grateful heart, she ascended the stage, acknowledging the crowd with a heartfelt smile. "Thank you, everyone, for being here on my birthday. Your presence makes this day even more special," Margaret expressed, her voice resonating with genuine appreciation. Daniel, ever the attentive son, guided Margaret to the resting place of his father, Henry. Standing by the grave, Margaret felt a mix of emotions: joy, nostalgia, and a comforting sense of connection. She spoke softly to him, sharing moments that only a mother and son could understand. Returning to the stage, Margaret found herself at the centre of attention once again. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement as a birthday cake, adorned with flickering candles, made its way to the forefront. Margaret, with a graceful smile, cut the cake as the surrounding applause filled the air. Next came the moment of giving gifts. Daniel, with a tender smile, presented Margaret with a delicate necklace, a token of love and remembrance. Margaret clasped the necklace with gratitude, feeling the weight of the sentiment behind the gift. Then came Agatha. Holding a modest gift box in her hands, Margaret accepted it with curiosity, and as she opened the box, she discovered a letter inside. With gentle fingers, she traced the Braille characters, and a realization dawned upon her. A soft smile played on her lips as she turned to Agatha.
Did you learn Braille to write this letter for me? Margaret inquired, her heart touched by the depth of Agatha's gesture. Yes, Mum. I wanted to express my love in a language that connects us in a unique way. Agatha replied, her eyes reflecting sincerity. Margaret, overwhelmed with emotion, embraced Agatha. Oh, thank you, my dear. This means more to me than you can imagine. Deciding to share the contents of the letter with everyone, Margaret took a deep breath and began to read it aloud. The words, penned by Agatha in Braille, echoed the sentiments of gratitude, love, and appreciation that filled the Armstrong family's hearts. The letter read, My dearest Margaret, happy birthday. On this special day, I want to take a moment to express the immense gratitude and love I feel for you. Your kindness, resilience, and unwavering love have shaped our family into a haven of warmth and joy. As I learned Braille, I discovered a new way to connect with you, a language that goes beyond words. The upcoming celebration is a tribute to the incredible person you are. A day filled with love, shared memories, and the beauty of flowers. Enclosed is a small token, a dress that embodies the light and radiance you bring into our lives. The real gift is the love and cherished moments we share. May this birthday be as special as you are, surrounded by the love that you've so generously given. You are truly the heartbeat of our home. I wish you a day filled with joy, laughter, and all the beautiful moments you deserve. With love, Agatha. Daniel, witnessing the exchange, couldn't help but express his pride and appreciation for Agatha's heartfelt effort. As Margaret finished reading the heartfelt letter from Agatha in Braille, a wave of emotional happiness enveloped her. She felt an overwhelming sense of pride in being blind, a sentiment she never thought she would experience. The realization that her daughter-in-law had put in the effort to learn Braille just to convey her love left Margaret deeply moved. With tearful eyes, Margaret hugged Agatha tightly, whispering words of gratitude and love. She planted a gentle kiss on Agatha's forehead, a silent acknowledgement of the profound connection they now shared. The room erupted in applause as Margaret, with genuine joy, praised Agatha for her extraordinary gesture. Thank you, Agatha, for this beautiful gift. Your effort means more to me than words can express. I feel blessed to have you as my daughter-in-law, Margaret declared, her voice resonating with sincerity. Amidst the applause, the guests, moved by the touching moment, also voiced their admiration for Agatha's heartfelt endeavour. The warmth in the room was palpable, a testament to the bonds that connected the Armstrong family and their friends. The celebration continued, resonating with the joy of shared moments, love, and the unique bond that defined the Armstrong family. As the applause settled, it was time for the meal. Guests mingled, sharing stories and laughter. The Armstrong family graciously interacted with everyone, expressing their gratitude for being part of such a joyous celebration. The evening wore on, and as the party came to a close, the Armstrongs bid farewell to their guests and made their way home. Seated in the car, Margaret couldn't help but reflect on the beautiful evening. I am truly blessed, Margaret began, addressing both Daniel and Agatha. Your love and efforts have made this day unforgettable. I'm proud to be a part of this family. To have a son like you, Daniel, and a daughter-in-law as incredible as you, Agatha. Daniel, with a smile on his face, took Margaret's hand. Mum, your happiness is all that matters to us. We love you. As they drove through the night, Margaret continued to express her appreciation for and love for her family. The car carried the echoes of joy and gratitude. weaving a tapestry of love that defined the Armstrong family. And so, the story concludes with a family bound by love, appreciation, and the shared moments that make life truly beautiful. A happy ending to a day filled with surprises, heartfelt gestures, and the warmth of genuine connections.